From Cruyff's Netherlands to Zico's Brazil, the greatest sides that never won the World Cup. Some incredible teams have won the World Cup over the past few decades. Think Brazil's extraordinary 1970 side, Argentina's Maradona-inspired 1986 team, or Spain's Xavi and Iniesta golden era of 2010. But what about the ones that got away? The ones that could have, should have, but never did claim a world title. With the start of the 2018 World Cup today with Russia v Saudi Arabia, here's a look back at some of the best sides never to have won the tournament. Hungary's golden team, built around the core of Ferenc Puskás, Sandor Kocsis, József Boszak, Zoltán Szabó, Nándor Hidegkuti and Gyula Grosics, came into the 1954 tournament as near certainties to win. The 1952 Olympic champions went on a run that saw them inflict England's first home defeat to a team outside of the British Isles in 1953. The tournament started in predictably bright fashion for the favourites with a 9-0 victory against South Korea and an 8-3 victory over West Germany. A 4-2 win over Brazil followed, as well as victory against cup holders Uruguay in the semi-finals. In 4 matches Kocsis had scored 11 times. In the final against the same West German side they had thrashed in the group stages, Hungary found themselves 2 goals up. Yet, somehow the Germans pulled level and, 6 minutes from full time, scored again through Helmut Rahn. It proved to be the winner. Between 1950 and 1956 the team played 50 times and lost 1 game, the 1954 World Cup final. The Netherlands hold the record for most appearances in a final without a victory, 3. The country fell at the final hurdle in both 1974 and 1978, losing to the host nation each time, West Germany first, then Argentina. The 1974 side came the closest. A particular highlight was the 4-0 demolition of Argentina and the Cruyff turn against Sweden. In the final, despite scoring a first-minute penalty, the team let its advantage slip to give West Germany a 2-1 victory. Zico, Falcao, Eder, Socrates, Brazil's side read like a who's who of world football's greatest players in the early 80s. Unfortunately, what they didn't have at the time was anything resembling a functioning defense. Having scored 15 goals in 5 games in the early stages of the tournament, Brazil were huge favorites to win the World Cup. The team surprisingly fell on the second stage. Paolo Rossi took advantage of Brazil's defensive errors to claim a hat-trick in a 3-2 victory for Italy. With world-class players, such as Paolo Maldini, Franco Baresi, Walter Zenga, Giuseppe Bergami, Carlo Ancelotti, Roberto Baggio and the tournament's Golden Boot winner Salvatore Toto Silici forming the spine of the side, Italy, on home turf, were expected to claim a 4th world title in 1990. Facing an Argentinian side in the semi-finals who had struggled at best, with Diego Maradona only fleetingly showing the superhuman abilities that had lit up Mexico in 1986, the nation expected the team to ease through to the final, but it wasn't to be. Claudio Caniggia cancelled out Silici's opener and, despite Argentina being reduced to 10 men after Ricardo Giusti was sent off, spot kick misses in the shootout from Roberto Donadoni and Aldo Serena ensured that, for all their ability, Italy had to settle for 3rd place. Germany's 2010 World Cup squad boasted a litany of emerging star players: Manuel Neuer, Toni Kroos, Mesut Ozil, Jerome Boat, Thomas Muller and Sami Khedira all making their World Cup debuts in the tournament. The side also had players such as Bastian Schweinsteiger, Lukas Podolski, Miroslav Klose, and Philippe Lahm playing in their prime. They may have lost during the group stages against Serbia, but around that they scored 13 times in the space of 4 games, including 4 goals each against England and Argentina in the knockout stages. It took the eventual winners, and reigning European champions Spain, in the midst of their golden generation era, to stop the Germans, a single goal from Carles Puyol stopping their chances in the semi-finals. But in 2014, the German side came back stronger, their young stars now world beaters, and claimed the title with a 1-0 victory against Argentina in the final. More, the worst tackles, challenges and fouls in the history of the World Cup more, the best saves in the history of the World Cup more, faking it, the greatest dives in the history of the World Cup.